Hey you guys, my name is Courtney Jay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is December 31st, 2023. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We are on the right track. We are in alignment and everything is working out just how it is supposed to. Isn't it so beautiful, so magical? I decided to go ahead and do a Q&A for you guys. I actually had this planned a couple weeks ago. I do videos during like magical moments or just magical times or just synchronicity all together. So it just feels great to be able to do a Q&A. I haven't done one since 2021, which that video, and then I did another video. Those videos still get viewed currently, which I love for myself. Before we go into 2024, well, me personally, I have the awareness that it's just the calendar year, and then there's the New Year's actually during the springtime. If you know, you know. But in regards to just this moment, whatever, this is a Q&A ending off the year, going into a new beginning. Thank you to my friends that ask me questions and others that ask me questions. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just want to say that I appreciate everybody that has supported me this year. For the new people that have subscribed to me and joined the family this year, I really appreciate you guys just being a part of my shift. This entire year, I've only done weekly vlogs and I've loved and enjoyed it. I've been sharing my journey with film, with dance classes, with the club and other things and unexpected things, and you guys have just been here and I just appreciate you guys so much. So this is just a shout out to just everybody. We made it to the end. Now let's go ahead and get into these questions. First question, what was your favorite choreography that you've ever done? I think my top few, because I don't have just a specific one, would have to be Courtney Jay, Suck Me to Sleep, and it was for her birthday. A second one that I really loved was All We Do by Trey Songz, and that was from Sexy Swag Diane. Another, I did not get to perform this because of Peppa's accident that happened back in October, but Cherry, if you're watching this, Cherry's piece for the showcase that we were going to do for Celia, I loved the entire piece. Lastly, most recently, Taylor Perriman's Christmas choreography. I haven't posted the video yet, but when I do, then you'll see what I'm talking about. I actually really loved that choreography that she made us do. It was to a Brandy song. It was like a Christmas song by Brandy. So that was fun. Question number 2, how long have you been dancing? I started my dance journey at the end of 2020. I remember I came out to Atlanta. I was living in South Carolina at the time, and I found Maya through somebody else that lived in Columbia, and she put me on to Ikanisha Visuals, I believe that's her Instagram name, and that was the first heels class I ever took. And that's also when I took my first pole class with Stax, and Stax and I met in a model group chat. And from then, I was just dancing on and off during classes, but I've been consistently training in heels choreography since August of 2022. Question number 3, where are you from? I was born in Portsmouth, Virginia. I was raised in Sicily in Germany. I lived in Europe for 6.5 years, and I came back to the States, I believe, in 2008. And I lived back in Virginia, and then I lived in Tennessee, and then I lived in South Carolina, And these are all the places I lived under my mom's care. So before I was an adult and could move out on my own. So yeah, I'm a military brat. My mom and dad were in the Navy, but I was raised by my mom. So those are all the places that I am from. Question number 4, what was the grieving process like after losing a loved one? Hope you're doing well. I actually know who asked me that. And thank you so much for this question and for caring. I am doing well, actually. I still think about Celia to this day. I still get emotional thinking about her. I'm accepting that she's not physically here. However, I just miss her a lot. I had to let go of feeling guilty for not seeing her one last time in the hospital. Like, I saw her that week when she was in the hospital because I went to go see her that Thursday. And then I had my pole performance that Saturday. And I didn't go to my club or anything that night, but something told me to go see Celia in the hospital, and I just went against my intuitive thought, and I just decided to have a night out, and I had to really make myself not feel guilty for choosing to do that. But I was very sad. And then after losing Derek, you know, Derek was the first person that I lost since my grandmother in regards to people in my life. My grandmother passed away in 2016. So for me, I just had to just allow myself to cry it out until I was just numb to the fact that these people are no longer here. And losing Derek and then losing Celia a month and a half apart, especially since they were both by each other in a vlog. Like, when I was taking Celia to the airport, prior to that, we dropped Peppa off at Derek's apartment because he was grooming her. So for me, I was just like, this is some crazy secret. I just felt like it was just crazy how the two people that I was around passed away a month and a half apart. It was just crazy for me. And I think the main thing is, you know, Celia was the only person ever in my life that I can say that has given me a household that was stable, that was safe and secure. Even with disagreements, Celia didn't treat me less in love or anything. And I've never had that experience until I stayed with Celia. So I was really sad that, you know, the person that gave me that had to leave. But then I also had to tell myself, you know, moving forward, being back on my own, in a sense, it's like, okay, my inner child got that experience. The universe doesn't owe us anything. So we don't have to be a victim. And we can just appreciate the experience that we have. And now we can move forward and just be appreciative that we were able to experience Celia for as long as we were able to. Question number 5, what do you want for yourself in the next couple of years? I personally don't do the whole, where do you see yourself in a few years? I don't do that because I just have this different perspective on the now, and whatever you do in the now is what's going to dictate your next moments. And anything can change, you know? But I do know for sure what I definitely desire for myself in the next couple of years. Definitely marriage. I definitely see myself being more known in the film industry in regards to music videos. I see myself more advanced in heels choreography and hip-hop. I do like hip-hop. I just have to commit myself to training in hip-hop as much as I've committed myself to heels. And I can see myself just being healthy. I can see my YouTube definitely being more highlighted and me meeting more people that watch me, that are inspired by me and my journey. And I just see myself just traveling and creating memories and sharing those memories and really just living a peaceful, fruitful life. That's literally all I desire in life. Question number 6. What are some of the steps you're taking to care for your emotional and mental health? So before, like in 2020, I was in my bag in regards to my spiritual practices. And then I kind of just have been on this wave, like how in Forex trading or crypto, there's like a wave and stuff, like the market. That's kind of how it is for me. Even like earlier this past week, I didn't go to my club because I decided to just cleanse my space. I wiped down my doors and my counters and everything with Florida water. I started using Florida water again in different aspects, working with different sprays and candle magic, in reading. I also prioritize doing things by myself in regards to my emotional and mental health. It just helps me to be able to like go out and do things by myself and be in solitude, so I can really like sit within myself. Another thing that I do, I pray. Prayer helps me a lot with my emotional and mental health because I just get clarity within myself, and from a higher power I get that reassurance. I won't say I keep myself busy, but I just keep myself aligned with my interests, especially being in the strip club. You really got to have a balance. Like, you can't have the strip club be your only form of communication with humans. So I prioritize really just allowing myself to be out and meet different people and things of that nature. And even with me choosing to not go to my club, to go to set or to go to other things, that's a big thing for my emotional and mental health. Again, because you cannot have the club or just one thing that you're doing be the only form of human experience that you have. You have to go out and just, you just have to. And that really helps me. That helps me. Venting whenever I feel like I gotta vent about something. That helps too. Question number 7, are you currently dating? If so, how has your experience been? So in 2023, this was actually the first year I started back dating. I haven't really dated anybody since 2021. And I just want to say that I have no regrets for how anything occurred this year. I'm actually very appreciative, and I can say that through growth and self-awareness. Because listen, I think that this year was needed for my shadow work and my ego. Like, I already put myself on game prior to me meeting someone that I liked. And I think that I just needed that test to fully understand what's Courtney's end goal. What does Courtney actually desire for herself? Why does Courtney attract certain dynamics over and over again? Like, dating for me and going back into past habits, like, all of that had to happen just for me to fully understand more of myself on a deeper scale. So it's like, once you reach one level of understanding yourself, you end up meeting somebody that will end up triggering you to go deeper into yourself, and so on and so forth, until you finally get to a point of, okay, I'm tired of my own BS. I'm tired of what I'm experiencing. I desire a shift, and I desire a difference. So that's how my dating life has been, and I just pray for a healthier and more fun dating experience going into tomorrow. Well, going into today, the next moment. Because you can meet anybody anywhere. Question number 8, what sparked your passion for dance? I think what sparked my passion for dance was when I was in middle school, and I was just in a very unhealthy household. So when I started watching Wildebeest, Matt Stefanina, Dana Alexa, videos from Dance 411 back on YouTube, I just automatically connected to what I was watching. And I think me seeing those people, something within me was like, I want to release in that way too. And a big thing for that is confidence. I didn't grow up confident. And it takes confidence to dance. It takes confidence to be in a room with other people that are just as good as you. And it takes confidence to do the choreography and release in the way that works for you. And for me, being someone that wasn't confident in middle school, looking at other people and them being confident, I'm just like, I want to do that. You know, I want to showcase everything that is within that just needs to be released. That's how I first started getting into the idea of wanting to dance. I was just going through a hard time growing up, and those videos were my release from what was going on around me. Question number 9, what were some of the turning points or experiences that led you on your spiritual journey? So I started my spiritual journey back in 2019. My friend KB put me on to Israelites and these 2 documentaries on YouTube called Hebrews to Negroes, which I recommend watching. They're like 2 hours long, I believe, but they're definitely worth the watch. And during that time, I left my mom's house. I just graduated high school, and I was just doing what teenagers do. I was partying, I was drinking, making poor choices. I was just lit. And then once my friend put me onto that, I just went down the rabbit hole, and the rest is history. Now we're here, and every year I evolve spiritually. I detach from certain things that I used to believe in, and I grow into other things that I choose to believe in. So it's just a journey. And I think the more I tapped in, the less I chose to be a victim to certain situations. And I absolutely, definitely can say that there's been a shift in my life. Like, I know that I'm so protected and taken care of, because literally everything that I pray for happens. And with everything that I had to experience, it may have killed some people, but fortunately for me, with having to stay with different people, different men in Atlanta when my sister had put me out during the pandemic, well, before the pandemic even started, like, my testimony within itself, your girl is protected. And if it wasn't for me getting into that in 2019, when my life wasn't even fully crazy for real, I probably would have gotten into deep depression, probably would have killed myself. But because something within me has always been in tune to a higher power, even when I was little, something that's within me was always tapped in. So I think I was just born to just be connected, which we all are. You know, this is just a human experience we're having. So I think that 2019 was the year that my human self was like, okay, it's time for us to remember who we actually are and how we can maneuver through life knowing who and what we actually are. Question number 10, what were some of the success and challenges you experienced as a business owner? So for those that don't know, I started a business called The True Aura back in 2020. I started that during the pandemic. I stayed with somebody who put me on to how to start my own business. He actually gave me the idea to just start selling shea butter and stuff online, where I would get my stuff from. They had jewelry and stuff, so I wanted to add that to my website. So it was just something to keep me busy. It was something that I just wanted to learn and expose myself to. And I used the stimulus checks to just invest into myself and take care of things. The universe brought people in my life to help me along the way. My friends at the time were very supportive of me starting it. Oh, they're shooting fireworks already. Like, I remember when I first launched the True Aura, I sold out of my shea butters that same night. And I had 10 shea butters. And I had someone help me label them and everything. So All I did was just do what I could do within my control, and the universe handled the rest, and it was very smooth. I learned how to market myself, how to promote myself. I bought my first MacBook Air laptop, you know, just investing into myself, and I was 19 at the time, so it was fun. Now the challenge, I want to say, was just me not being passionate. When you're not passionate about something, I don't think you execute things the best way you can because you don't really care. So after a while, I just didn't really care for it. You know, it was just something that I did just to do something, and it was fun while it lasted. And then after I lost my passion for it, I just didn't feel like it was necessary for me to keep it going. After, you know, I just finally decided to just let the business go because I wasn't passionate about it anymore, I felt relieved. Question 11, what made you fall in love with dance? What made me fall in love with dance, which I am still discovering to this day, is, like I said earlier, that confidence. Like, I'm starting to really be confident within myself. Like, I can do this no matter where I am technically. I can do this. I don't have to be afraid to just move even if I feel like I look awkward. I am embodying that confidence that my younger self did not have or didn't think that she had. What made me fall in love with dance is the fact that I'm able to invest into it when my parent didn't want to invest in me doing it when I was younger. So I love that I can do that for myself now. And I just love how I can just be one with the music, and I'm learning more how to be more into the music. You know, in classes, they'll say you have to have your alter ego. I think that my alter ego is my true, genuine self. My true, genuine self is what's portrayed when I'm dancing, when I'm talking, whenever I'm doing anything. Courtney is just a character already, but when I'm dancing, I feel like that's my true inner self. I don't have to come up with the character. It's just my true, actual self, if that makes sense. Question number 12, who inspires you? Randy inspires me. Randy inspires me because, again, the universe loves me. Little did I know that I would be working under someone that directed and produced a bunch of music videos from back in the day that I grew up watching. And that's how I started to love music and music videos on top of my sister. You know, she was born in the 90s, so I grew up listening to everything that she listened to and my mom listened to. So I just have an old soul. So being able to learn from someone like Randy, who I didn't know I was gonna meet, like, my brain did not think that, oh, maybe I should connect with a director to learn blase blase. Like, that was never in my brain. And that goes to show when you just surrender to how things happen, magical things happen that you didn't even know were gonna happen. Like, I can't make it up. Like, it's so amazing. And I didn't even realize all the things that Randy worked on until this year. And I met him in September of last year. So the universe just be working because I followed my passion for dance. I went to my first dance class. I met London. Through me staying with my cousin, they inspired me to start doing film more because I did great filming behind the scenes for my cousin's photo shoots. And through London, I meet Randy. And then through Randy, I meet another director that also worked on music videos from back then, Eric White. And I'm just so in awe whenever I think about it, because that goes to show how I'm really guided. And I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, like, I'm really guided. And I love that I can learn from them because I literally desire to bring back a certain authenticity and aesthetic to music videos that they had back then. I know technology is different and stuff now, but it's just something that I just have to do. I want to bring back certain production shows that they had in the 2000s for my generation. It's just something that I gotta do. So I'm inspired by Randy for sure. I'm inspired by all the girlies that I see in dance class. All of them. I'm not even gonna name specific ones. I'm just gonna say everybody. Because everybody has their own way of executing choreography, and everybody has their own journey. And I'm inspired by all of them. The choreographers, the students, everybody. Also for my YouTube, Latoya Forever inspired me. And that's why I have this obsession with Trinidad. And this is why I just enjoy vlogging my life and being raw, because when I was watching Latoya, that was also when I was going through things in middle school. So my release and my outlet was watching dance videos and Latoya Forever. Question 13, what's your story in a sentence? So my story is June 8th, 2001. I was born by two parents that were in the Navy. And we moved to Europe. And then we moved back to the States. I had to move every 3 years. When I moved to Tennessee, though, I was in Tennessee for 5 years, I think. I used to be a praise dancer when we moved back to Virginia after being overseas. In middle school, I did band. I did the choir. In high school, I was in media production. And I was so happy when one of my photos, well, two of my photos got put into the yearbook, and something else that we did, because the high school that I went to in South Carolina was called Westwood High School, and it was like an art school or something like that. So it was just, I was also a sports manager. I was the tennis manager in high school. I was the track manager. And then I think I ended up being the football manager too. I ended up being a junior ambassador. I think that's what it was called. So whenever the class of 18 had to graduate or whatever, I was a part of like the people that had to escort and stuff. I don't know, I did a lot of different things in school. I used to have parties my junior year in high school, but that ended up toxic. I grew up traveling and going on vacations a lot. My mom always made sure that we went on vacations. So I've been around, I'm very well-rounded. I did my DNA test. That's a part of my story because that's something I'm really, really happy about. I did 23andMe and Ancestry. I started modeling in 2020. I'm witty, I'm curious, and I think my life showcases that. Just into this current moment, I'm just living life, doing what I love. And yeah, that's my story. That's my story in the most broken sentence ever. Question 14, what grinds your gears? What grinds my gears are roaches and water bugs. They give me anxiety and I get panic attacks. I cannot deal. I cry. I cry so hard when I see them. Nothing that a human can do will grind my gears, because you have to allow stuff like that to make you upset. I have this perspective now that only you can allow something in the external to affect you. So I only allow bugs to affect me until we get over it. If we get over it. Question 15, when you close your eyes, what does your happy place look like? When I close my eyes, my happy place is a beautiful oasis. It's like a utopia. It's like those beautiful tropical islands that you see on those Disney movies. A bunch of greenery, a bunch of different colors, waterfall, birds, strawberries. It smells like Tahiti or whatever, and that's how I smell. I smell like my happy place in my mind, because people say I smell good. my house and my room and everything smells like my happy place. It's just so peaceful and it's so pretty. It's, the sky is so blue. The water and the ponds are just so pretty and clear. I feel like I'm literally my ancestor in like South America or something. And the last question, how do you deal with stressful situations? I cry. You know why I cry? Because when I'm stressed, I'm anxious. When I'm anxious, it's because I'm too focused on the past or the future and not in the now. So therefore, I feel tension in my chest. My experiences growing up trigger my anxiety as well. Like when you had to walk on eggshells growing up and you just grew up in a narcissistic household and you grew up not really being secure within yourself, and the list just goes on. So many things that you experience when you get older could trigger you real bad, and then you end up stressed. And I have to release those tears because that's me releasing that energy, and then I just pray about it or I vent about it. I definitely know how to regulate my emotions. I think twice before I do certain things. I'm not gonna say all things because I still like to just do what I do, but some things I have to really reflect on. Is this something that I want to do or say when I'm stressed out? You know, so I'm very self-aware now, and I really just allow myself to feel my emotions. I have this understanding now that at the end of the day, we are human. It's okay to have human feelings, human emotions, which emotions are just feelings with a story that you choose to put on the feeling, depending on whatever the situation is. And then once I just allow myself to sit in that, I allow myself to either be in my solitude if I need some time to myself. I breathe, I meditate, and then I'm ready to go back into the world. And I just give myself the space that I need forever long until I'm back into a balanced space. And the main thing is, no matter what happens, you don't have to let it affect how you choose to view life and how you choose to go about your own self, if that makes sense. Things are going to happen all the time, but how you choose to respond to it is what will reflect in your reality at the end of the day. Like, for example, the whole month of December at my club, I do not think was busy. I think this was the most least busy month the whole entire year. However, when I experienced an undesirable night Friday, it was very undesirable. I allowed myself to just be quiet. When it was time for me to leave and check out with the house mom, I was just quiet. I just needed to be to myself. And then when I got in my car, I just prayed. And then I told myself that no matter how many undesirable moments I have, it's never going to reflect my abundance, my wealth, and where I'm going, where I'm headed. And then Saturday comes around, the universe answers my prayers, and then we got a big bag. So it's like, I was stressed out on Friday, went through my process of feeling my emotions and praying about it. The next day, prayers were answered like they always are. That is everything, you guys. I pray that my answers were specific enough for you guys. Thank you so much if you stayed till the end of this video and getting to know a little bit more about Courtney Jay, Courtney Alisse, and all is well and well is amazing. I want to just share some affirmations going into 2024. There was a full moon, the last full moon of 2023. So these are just some things to take on with you guys that I'm gonna take on within myself, okay? And these are the main things that I learned in the year of 2023. First, can we look at this picture? I just have a thing for taking photos like this and taking photos like this, if it'll be clear. I just have, like, my whole aesthetic and my whole vibe is just, my social media is going to be how it was before it became an ad. Just keep swimming. Unlearning and learning. Fast days, slow days. Forgiveness, grace. You know your value. Objectiveness, peace. No more being a victim. Abundance in everything. Can't force what's already destined for you. Never a loss, redirection. And relax. You're in harmony. So until next time, my beautiful people, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. And I pray that 2023 was a year that you don't feel victimized from, but instead allow yourself to see the abundance, even in the most painful moments, the most emotional moments that we all experience. Allow yourself to feel in that and do not invalidate yourself. And when you're ready to shift that energy into something more beneficial and healthy for you, just know that that option is always there. You can always switch things to work for you. Moving into our next moment. I love you. I pray your family is doing great. I pray you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, day, week, month, whatever time you are watching this. And until next time, bye.